the Bolden's difference? What would you say as the GM of the company? What does that mean to you?
What that means to me is primarily what you said with where quality comes first. This company, and what I love about this company so much, is this is a customer-driven, customer satisfaction-driven company. We're not a corporate vendor. We're not on the TPAs or the vendors list and everything like a lot of these companies. Most of the work we get on everything we do is from word-of-mouth advertisement.
Welcome to the second installment of Meet the Team here at Bolden's. Today we're sitting down with Jeremy Abbott, the GM of the company. Jeremy, can you tell me a little bit about the journey that you've been on to becoming the GM of Bolden's?
Yes, sir. I started in this business when I was actually pretty young. I started in '96 with Bolden's. I worked with Bolden's and was eager to build and be the best I could with water damage, carpet cleaning, every avenue and aspect of this job. And as time went on, I learned a lot, went through a lot of training in school, and got certified in quite a few different areas. At one point, I got to a point where I was ready to have a family. So I moved off on my own and ran my own company for quite a few years, and successfully. I loved it. I came up with the same status or aspect or whatnot that I learned at Bolden's, where quality comes first, just like our says on every van we have. And as I was running my own business, the owner of the company here reached out to me to come back and work with him to help expand and grow this business even more. And I've done that since then, and it's been great. I love because it's something I've been doing for almost 30 years now. So I've got a little background in all the different avenues of every division in the company.
Gotcha. So being the GM, you obviously have part in most of the things that we do. What are some aspects that you would say differentiate us from other cleaning and restoration companies in the area?
I would say more than anything that we're, again, just like our van says, where quality comes first. Our biggest thing here at Bolden's is customer satisfaction. None of our customers are just a number. We're looking for doing the right thing on every job, doing the best we can to help people in every situation. And that's also what helped me step away from my own business and coming back to Bolden's, because I found that Bolden's is running on that same standard of helping the customer, doing the right thing all the time, and everything else will fall in place.
Gotcha. So being, as you said, you started here back in '96, granted you had a few years on your own, but now coming back, what are some things that you've seen the company change, and or how has the company grown over all these years?
Well, I'd say that the company's got quite a bit bigger. We've added on some services that we figured out our customers were in need of. So we wanted to be able to help everybody out the best we can. And the technology. I really like that all of our technicians are certified, ISCRC certified, and are trained to know that they're doing the right things, doing the best things on every job we get into. So I'd say the education and adding their services on is the biggest changes I've seen.
Gotcha. So obviously carpet cleaning, that's one of our biggest services. What would you say are some things that separate us from the typical carpet cleaning company? And what are some things that you would say we provide that gives the customer that in-depth quality clean compared to most?
Well, a few things I know of that we do on the carpet end of things to make sure that we're doing the best we can for our customers. We try to keep our customers well informed, understanding every situation or aspect in what we're doing. Keeping a well-informed customer is crucial to providing quality projects. Also, our company, different from a lot of these more corporate companies, again, we're independently owned and operated, so we can adapt and change our processes with what's needed and what's the most up-to-date way of doing things. For example, our company charges by the square foot for cleaning carpet and upholstery. And instead of by the room or area. A much more affordable way of doing things. We're not charging for the whole room if we don't clean the whole room. So a fair, just, right way of doing things, again, is what's working out the best for us.
Gotcha. So another aspect is tile and grout cleaning. A lot of people don't even realize that those are services that they can have provided to them. What are some things that you would think the average homeowner might get wrong, and how is it that we are able to bring that tile and grout back to life for our customers?
Well, the van-powered equipment we use makes a huge difference in tile cleaning, for example. We can use up to 750 pounds of water pressure to clean tile and grout. A lot of times what people are doing wrong when they try to clean their own is running a mop over it, thinking that's getting all the soil and everything out of what they're cleaning. At a certain point, when you're mopping your kitchen floors or your tile floors, you get to where you're just spreading dirty water around and not actually rinsing and flushing all the soil out of the tile and grout lines. We also really focus on the grout lines. We scrub the grout lines before we flush everything back out, so it leaves you with a lot better product at the end of the job.
Okay. You know, one aspect of the home that a lot of people almost overlook, being as they're sitting on these things, is upholstery. We obviously offer upholstery cleaning. What are some things that you would say sets us apart from others when it comes to cleaning upholstery, chairs, sofas, dining room chairs, that type of thing in people's homes?
Well, again, our company does a real good, thorough process on the steam cleaning upholstery. We always make sure we're looking at the cleaning tags and what's recommended by the manufacturers of those products. A lot of people don't think about cleaning their upholstery as often because it's not as apparent to them that it needs cleaned. But any fabric in your home like that is going to collect soil and dirt, and it's going to get that soil and dirt on it and wear over time. The soil and dirt help the wear, so the more often you clean your upholstery, just like with your carpet, you're going to slow down the wear and extend the life of your upholstery in your home.
Gotcha. So one of our newer aspects of the company, if you would, is our duct cleaning. Could you just kind of explain a little bit about duct cleaning and maybe explain why we even brought that service on to the company?
Yes, our customers have all been up toward and looking forward to making the cleanest environment possible for them. So duct cleaning is, of course, a crucial role in that. No matter what you clean in your home, if you don't get the ducts cleaned on a regular average normal basis, you're just resoiling the areas that are cleaned. So it's important to get your ducts cleaned so it doesn't just recirculate soil through your home.
Gotcha.
And that'll keep everything a cleaner breathing environment for all the homeowners, and better for everybody, the indoor air quality in the house, and better for everybody's breathing air.
Okay. So another aspect of the company is emergency service, mainly water damages. It's 3 in the morning, the pager goes off. What are the steps that we take as far as, getting people on site, that type of thing when a water damage does call in, say a flooded basement or a water line to a refrigerator that busted, those types of things.
Yes, as soon as we get a call on a water damage, we right off the bat field all the information from the homeowners or the commercial managers or whoever may be involved, and we find out right off the bat what their needs are. Do they need a plumber out to stop the water leak first? Do they need us to just get a team out right away to get out there and start drying and saving whatever we can? So we figure out what the needs are. We help them fill all their needs. If they need a plumber, we'll put them in contact with the plumber to help them get the water lines fixed. And then, like I tell all the customers we get into, Bolden's main goal, and every restoration job we do, water damage job we do, we are in the business of preventing mold and mildew growth. We want to get out there and dry and save everything we can to help prevent any kind of extended damage, mitigate the loss, for example, to make sure it doesn't get worse and you're getting the problem addressed the way it needs to be done.
Gotcha. So another aspect would be fire damage. As much as we don't enjoy it, it's a reality of the life that we live in, every home nowadays. If you live in a house for years and years and years, truth be told, you've probably been through one. What are some of the ways that we not only help a customer in their home, but also work with somebody in the aspect of, that's sometimes the most devastating thing that they've ever been through. What are some ways that we kind of comfort our customers and help them out the best way that we can?
Well, the first thing we do, again, resembling the water losses, we find out what the needs are, where their confusion is or complication is, and what we need to do to help them out. Typically, that's kind of helping them understand this whole process, how it works. We let them know what's needed to help them restore their home back to a pre-loss condition. And we work with the insurance companies or whoever may be involved to help them get their home all put back together. And through this process, we also help the homeowners understand the process all along the way. It gets really complicated when you've got a lot of people involved. You've got insurance adjusters, you've got contractors in there, and we can get project managers to help out with every avenue of it, so they understand this whole process. The not knowing is what bothers people the most, and just clearing up and answering the questions and making sure they understand how this is all going to go, I think is what is the most helpful.
Okay. So kind of to touch back on the answer you gave for the water damage question, the last thing that you had said is we are in the business of preventing mold and mildew. What happens if somebody calls us and they already have mold in the house? How do we go about, resolving that issue, if you would?
Well, the great thing about our company is that Bolden's has a mold cleaning division, a mold restoration division. So we would send our certified AMRT guy out to look at the scenario and situation, because every situation is so unique. If you have mold present in your home right away, then we would get our technician out there to look and see what needs to be done, and then we would approach that to make sure it's done, so it's going to leave you with the healthiest environment possible, and it's not a risk for anybody's health in that situation.
So, I've been at the company now about 10 years, and I can speak myself for the culture of the company. As the GM, what are some things that you notice that provides such a good culture for us to all work here, in a sense?
Yeah. What I think is the most beneficial thing about Bolden's, and what I like the most about Bolden's, is it starts with the managers of all the different divisions. We have very informed, very educated, very smart managers that have been dealing with all these different situations for years and years. So they pass that knowledge along to the people out going to do the work. And we make sure everything is done, again, the right way, every time, to make sure that we're doing exactly what we need to do to help people and be the most helpful we can be in every situation.
Gotcha. So you can touch on this a little bit. What are some maybe behind the scenes things that you see that we do as a company that really sums up the heart of Bolden's?
Well, some behind the scenes things would be more of working with our employees and keeping everybody's spirits high, keeping everybody well informed and well educated. The IICRC training that we send everybody to further their education and make sure they know what's going on and how things are done is crucial. On top of that, it's just the morale of the whole company. We want everybody to feel comfortable with what they're doing, how they're doing it, and all the stuff along the way they need to know so they can feel like they're doing and providing the best job possible in their situations.
Gotcha. So, summer's kind of around the corner. What would be some tips that you might give some homeowners as far as, things that they could look at as far as cleaning and or restoration services that they might not know that they need or that they might be interested in?
I would say that it's the carpet cleaning and the upholstery cleaning, duct cleaning, a lot of the cleaning services we provide are maintenance scheduled cleanings. It's something that should be done in a good amount of time to keep the indoor air quality high, to keep your materials in your carpet to last longer, your upholstery to last longer, your ducts clean to help with the breathing environments and all that good stuff. So you should look at spring cleaning. It's kind of like that would include the cleaning of carpet, upholstery, duct cleaning, and everything that might need done, that it needs done on a maintenance schedule or on a good avenue of time to make sure you keep everything to last as long as possible on that kind of thing.
Gotcha. So we've all heard the stories that cleaning your carpet makes it get dirty quicker, and cleaning even upholstery makes it get dirty quicker. What are some things that you would say to that from a Bolden's perspective that kind of disproves that saying?
Yeah, well, for one, the manufacturers of all carpet and upholstery all recommend maintenance cleaning to extend the life of the product. And what that's going to do is it's going to cut down on the wear on all the products, whether it be upholstery or carpet and that kind of thing. Once the soil gets in there, even if you're walking across your carpet or whatnot with barefoot, the dust particles in the soil in all these different fabrics abrade abrade the fibers. So the regular cleaning really helps to extend the life because you cut down on the abrasion from the dust, dirt, and soil that's in the products you're looking at.
Gotcha. So just recently, we did a lot of cleaning for our first responders and things of that nature. Could you touch a little bit on that relationship that we have with our local fire departments and police departments and things like that?
Oh yeah, we're big on community service. Love helping all of our first responders, whether it's the police department or the sheriff's department or the fire department or whoever may need it. We want to help everybody out because we know, again, they're the first ones out on the jobs on every situation. If it's a fire damage that people are in a distraught, catastrophic situation, the fire department's there to help right off the bat. Whether it's a police emergency or something like that, those first responders are crucial to the community, and we want to provide them and give them the best situation that we can to help them out and show them our gratitude for everything they do.
Gotcha. So I know years ago we weren't a one-stop shop, if you would. We would do the restoration and then most of the times repairs would almost be left up to the homeowner. Since you've came on back to the company, repairs have kind of skyrocketed, if you would. Can you just touch a little bit on, how we've went from just a restoration company to what we like to call and what we like to tell our customers, we can be a one-stop shop. We can take you from, A to Z as far as a loss goes.
Yes, yes. Bolden's primarily for years and years was a mitigation-only company. We went in on a water loss and helped dry and save everything possible, and then kind of walked out the door and kind of left you and rooted for you to find the right people to help you with all the repair work. We didn't offer those services. Even with the fire damage, we would go in, deodorize, clean the fire, help clean up any soil or debris, that kind of thing. And then you had to find your own contractors to help with all the other repairs. We got to where we didn't like to just leave our customers alone. They all had trouble. A lot of them had trouble. Most people don't know who to call for all the different things, and they don't want to work as a general manager to find trim carpenters, carpet installers, flooring installers, hard surface installers, painters, drywallers, all that kind of stuff. So what we've moved off toward is helping the customers out with all the different trades they need to get in and not just mitigate the loss, not just dry things out. Then we can help bring them all the way around and help them with all the repair work that's needed to put them back to a pre-loss condition and work with their insurance in the process.
Gotcha. So, our motto, if you would, is where quality comes first. Now, when it comes to repairs, is that something that we still hold to as far as, our subcontractors that we might use for these losses and repairs and things like that?
Oh yes, definitely. That's why here at Bolden's, if you have any kind of a loss, whether it be a water or fire, or any situation, whether it's water, fire, mold, whatever it may be, we stand true to the values where quality comes first. So we will assign a project manager of all these claims, and they will get the contractors out to do any work that's needed. We'll let them know exactly what's got to be done, and then after they do the work, we're going to come back and check the quality of the work they do and make sure it's what Bolden's requires for everything we do, to make sure, again, quality always comes first.
Okay, so one final little thing, as far as the Bolden's difference, what would you say as the GM of the company, what does that mean to you?
What that means to me is primarily what you said with where quality comes first. This company, and what I love about this company so much, is this is a customer-driven, customer satisfaction-driven company. We're not a corporate vendor. We're not on the TPAs or the vendors list and everything like a lot of these companies. Most of the work we get on everything we do is from word-of-mouth advertisement. And with that comes, it means that we have to maintain that where quality comes first. We make sure everybody's happy with what we do, try to keep our customers well informed, and we help out with everything we can in every situation we're involved in. And I think that's the difference between Bolden's. We're not just putting people in there and giving them a number. They're not a number to us. This is a customer that's went through a bad situation that we're trying to help do everything we can to help them out.
Gotcha. So in a lot of companies, typically speaking, especially large, companies, you almost, the GM, the COO of the company, those positions, they almost get lost when it comes to the lower guys. They almost never talk to them, never see them, that type of thing. Can you explain to our typical customer that, Bolden's is not that way in a sense? We're different as far as we're a family atmosphere, I would say.
Yes, sir, you're correct. We're a very family-based company. We have a meeting every morning with all of our technicians, whether it be doing mold, mold and mildew, fires, water damages, all that good stuff. The carpet cleaning manager, everybody that gets involved with our meeting every day to make sure every concern or situation that needs to be addressed with every department in our company is looked at and talked about with everybody, and we all work together. All the managers work together with the technicians to make sure that we're addressing every situation, to make sure we're doing the best we can with everything that comes in front of us.
Thanks, Jeremy, again for coming on the Meet the Team. We'll have plenty more of these to come with a lot more of our family here at Bolden's.
I was honored. Thank you.